equals fate, the cost of failure. The rift, the source of all magic in Riven, was dying. Even she, young and inexperienced as she was, could sense it. When she first arrived at the White Tower a year ago to start her training, the pool at the heart of the rift had glowed and shimmered like sunlight on water, even in darkness. Now the liquid looked dull, like the sky at twilight. Not that the rift only existed here. This was merely the place where it opened to the surface. Its power ran through all of Riven, like a deep, unseen lake with thousands of rivers and tributaries branching from it. The pool was merely the opening to its heart. "You're afraid," Finn said, and it wasn't a question. Melina shifted her gaze to the head of the pool where the Grand Chancellor waited, his hands folded in front of him, face hooded beneath his robe. A shiver caressed her neck. "Some of my teachers believe the ritual is dangerous, that what the Grand Chancellor plans to do is anathema." Finn arched an eyebrow, his gaze following hers until it came to rest on the Grand Chancellor as well. "I've heard similar rumblings. There are many in the Order who don't trust the Chancellor. Most don't, in fact, and yet he never does anything to warrant our intervention. He knows the line and does not cross it." "He's clever," Melina agreed, "but I don't know if he's devious." What she did know was the way he made her feel whenever she stood in his presence, like she was trapped in a cage with a ravenous lion. Finn cleared his throat. They called Luther Jorgensvane clever as well, before he became Luther the Terrible. Luther the Terrible, the first and only adept to reject the Consortium's creed of service over self, who used his magic for ill gain and not in service of Riven and its people. It was Luther's destructive reign that had given birth to the Order of Rivna Knights. Riven could no longer risk an adept following in Luther's path. "The Grand Chancellor is not another Luther," Melina said, despite her reservations about the man. "He's not seeking ultimate power. His passion might border on obsession, but that obsession is merely to restore the rift, something that benefits all of Riven." Finn grunted. "I don't doubt his purpose, only his methods." Melina didn't reply. She merely watched as 16 prisoners bound in chains appeared in the courtyard below. With their bodies clad in sackcloth and hoods over their heads and faces, it was impossible to tell who exactly they were, or whether they were male or female, young or old. All she knew was that they'd been found guilty of some crime or other. Their sentence to be carried out here, in service of Riven and the magic that made this island nation great. "I doubt them too." Melina swallowed the lump rising in her throat. As an initiate, she understood that magic required sacrifice. Each time she channeled the rift, she felt what it cost her, the physical and mental toll it took on her to channel the power the rift could provide. Often after a working, she felt like a sponge wrung dry, empty and brittle around the edges. But the small sacrifices of adepts were no longer enough to obtain the magic Riven required. The rift needed more, a sacrifice on the level of that which had first created it, when the combined strength of the 9 Titans slew Yorn, the World Raven. A sacrifice of blood, of life. But the Titans' defeat of Yorn had been through battle, one that had raged over the entire island of Riven, leveling mountains, gouging rivers and waterfalls, caving hills into cliffs. The two enemies had been equally matched, the brave, cunning Raven against the 9 giants. Yorn's death had been honorable. This, though, this was slaughter, no matter if the prisoners deserved it. Melina watched as one by one, each prisoner was placed before an adept standing between the pillars, forced to their knees with their arms secured behind their backs. Then, each was given a draught of some dark, nameless liquid, a potion the Grand Chancellor and the most talented adepts of the Consortium had concocted for this purpose. The prisoners gagged at the taste, but afterward fell silent, heads bowed, showing no sign of fear for what was to come. When the first of the adepts drew a knife, the naked blade flashing in the sun, Melina turned away and walked to the